Hello everyone, this is Vanaik from Vanaik and Arya Property Brothers, and today we're going to be introducing to you, guess what, 11 Yorkville. It's the renowned address that you can ever get. So today I'm going to be introducing you to the VP of Sales, Metropia, Lee Couture's. Hello, how are you doing today?
Fabulous, how are you?
I'm doing great. There's been a saying, when you say Yorkville, it always says that's the renowned address on the earth. So can you give us some introduction, please?
Absolutely. So 11 Yorkville, as you know, Yorkville Ave only is about 3 blocks from Avenue to Yonge Street.
Yes. And
because of the scarcity and the rarity and the short proximity of the street, 11 Yorkville is just growing to become the most renowned address in Canada, and I would say outside of Canada and North America. If you say 11 Yorkville to anybody, they just know exactly where you're talking about.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I heard like there are a lot of renowned builders, and we have Metropia, we have Urban Capital, and they're all coming together with this 60+ story tall building, 11 Yorkville, with lots and lots of amenities.
Yes.
Right.
So yeah, the 3 builders on this project, we have Metropia with over 40 years of experience.
Wow.
Well, because Howard's founded Tribute Communities, and then now Metropia is about 10 years old. Then we have RioCan Living, the largest REIT in Canada, and then Capital Developments with over $5 billion worth of real estate under development.
Yes.
And as you know, the 62-story building is now fully zoned,
Yes, that's
fully
very
approved,
important.
it is ready to go.
Yeah.
So in regards to amenities, some of the unique special amenities of 11 Yorkville, we have an indoor-outdoor 12-month-a-year infinity pool.
Perfect.
So the nice thing about that feature is it could be the middle of December and you're out swimming in the moonlight. It could be a Saturday afternoon in June and you're enjoying the pool outside.
Yeah.
So the nice feature to have. But the nice thing is because there's 600 units, it doesn't increase the maintenance fees.
Yes.
So again, it was an opportunity to offer a really extensive, robust amenity program because we have more units here. We also have a porter service. So in addition to having a concierge at the front door, you have a porter who can help with your parcels, your deliveries. They can bring them up to your suite for you.
Nice.
Again, it's just playing on that luxury of the Yorkville lifestyle.
That's something new that you guys are doing, right?
Absolutely.
Like, because a lot of parcels come in, and then you see all this. That actually helps, right?
Yes.
That's good. That's good. Yeah.
And I did when I did my little bit of research, I did see is one of the wine bars there and some commercial stuff at the bottom.
Yep.
And some clubs or maybe some restaurants are coming up there.
Yep, so again, RioCan being our partner, being the largest REIT, RioCan will be able to attract some high-end retail. We want to go after some high-end food and beverage uses, hopefully a restaurant, because the other amenity at the base of this building is we're doing an extensive park. So what's unique to this is the Four Seasons is across the street and they have their Rose Garden and then the Fire Hall and the Heritage Library. And we have our park that will eventually connect through to Cumberland. And then the idea for the City Vision is that park will actually go all the way up to Bloor Street to bring traffic through. So we want to get some high-end retail that can pull some of that pedestrian traffic off of Bloor Street to shop here. And it's 2 floors of retail, about 40,000 square feet.
Wow, that's good size. Yeah.
And the amenities, we are doing a wine tasting room because as you know, the buildings have the crew collection.
Yes.
So the idea behind this crew collection is Yorkville's notorious for entertainment, fine wines, fine foods.
It's all about
Yes,
getting out there.
enjoyment and the social
Yeah.
atmosphere. So we want to bring that social atmosphere of crew into 11 Yorkville. So from having suites designed with, rather than 5 Miele appliances, we offered a 6. So here you're going to have a wine fridge in every unit. And then you have built-in custom stemware for your wine glasses, scotch glasses, champagne right beside your wine fridge. And then in addition, one bedrooms and above, each come with an island. And that island can also be a dining room, like a dining table, and also have a entertainment beverage center in it so that you can put your wine in there, your champagne. So again, it has the crew amenities and that. And then we have the wine tasting lounge, and we have the Bordeaux lounge, and we also have, in the other amenities, we have a piano,
Piano bar kind of
piano
thing.
bar, exactly. So it plays on
Basically,
that
you don't have to
social
get out of the
atmosphere.
building. Everything is kind of inside.
Everything is
It's
there.
kind of, and I heard something about ceiling heights.
Yeah,
You're
that's
offering
awesome.
3 different kind of ceiling heights in there, right? So the units look bigger and nicer.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So our crew collection have 9-foot ceilings.
Wow.
Yes.
The premier collection has 9.5, and then the grand crew collection from floors 55 to 62 have 10-foot ceilings.
Wow, that's pretty nice.
Yes.
Now,
Yes.
I do notice that it's 11 Yorkville. Yorkville is the most prominent address that we can ever get.
Right.
So, transit-wise, how close we are to the transit, how close we are to the university, hospitals, if you can give us some insight on that, because there's a lot of international community that is coming and they're highly educated. I've noticed it's about over 200,000 dollars worth of the profits that each customer is bringing into the unit. So if you can give us some insight on that, please.
Absolutely. So, I mean, I always say if someone was coming to Toronto from New York and they were going to say, where should I live? If you were to say, where do the two transit hubs in Toronto for the Bloor line and Yonge line intersect?
Yes.
It's at Yonge and Bloor, which is 2 steps away from where our site is.
So 100% score away.
Oh,
Walk score.
like
easily. And then
Yeah.
you can get to the university subway line within a 5-minute walk if you just walk west.
Yes.
You're within minutes from the best hospitals in Canada, right? Your St. Kitts is there, Mount Sinai,
Yes.
all of them. You're walking distance to U of T. It's under a 10-minute walk to get to U of T, all the graduate programs. And again, all those jobs. The courthouse, the government building, Queen's Park. So some of the most prominent jobs are all within close proximity within here. And in addition to that, some of the best private schools are just north of here, from UCC, De La Salle, Bishop Strong. The best retail, the best restaurants.
Yes.
There's also the financial jobs too at the corner of Yonge and Bloor. So all these things contribute to why Yorkville's become this high-rise
Yes.
kind of. It's a high-rise residential neighborhood
Upscale.
in the
Upscale.
center
I would
of
say
the city.
7-star rather.
This is the most luxurious
Yes,
high-end.
most
I mean, you
luxurious
have the
7-star
Four
building,
Seasons
yes.
here.
Yes.
You have the Four Seasons, the Windsor Arms, the Minto Prince Arthur, the Minto Yorkville. Again, there's all these like high-end buildings with all these famous reputations that resell for just higher amounts. And Yorkville's kind of always been in a sub-market of its own since
Yes.
before the Four Seasons was here, where it's always just traded a higher dollar per square foot than anywhere else. And as you were saying, for demographics,
Yes.
the average household income in Yorkville is $220,000.
Yes.
And what's also interesting when you dive into those demographics, the majority of people living in Yorkville are living in high rise. So you have high earners choosing to live in high rise, not in a home. And of that, you have a large percentage that's renters. But when someone's making $220,000 a year and living in high rise, they're choosing to rent and not buy. So I think you just have this demographic that travels, they like to be footloose, they like to spend money to live in the best location and want to be in the center of the
have the
city.
address as well. So
Absolutely, living in Yorkville is
So
very
basically, it's going to
important.
attract both end users and investors,
investors.
right?
Yes.
Because from investor point of view, they are holding one of the best address they can hold
Yeah.
in Toronto, and for investor end user also, they're going to be living at 11 Yorkville.
Yep.
Investors, they have tenants who are going to be living high end because. Not because of amenities, because of what the building is offering, we're gonna have a lot of good tenants,
Absolutely.
right? Amazing tenants
So
living.
that
in
will actually increase the rental value. I was checking right now Yorkville has the highest rental value in
per
whole
square feet,
Canada.
yes, in the whole Canada.
Yes.
It's on the whole Canada. So that's amazing.
And a couple of other things I'll add about the building too. So here, what we have is for the ceiling heights, it's also divided up by the elevators. So where some builders build a 60-story building and you have 3 elevators servicing a building, here you have 4 elevators servicing the lower part of the building from 10 to 40, and then you have 3 elevators servicing from
so you
41
have
up to
the,
62. So you have
Okay.
less units on the elevators because
it's
of the
mostly
way they
dedicated
design
now.
and then the upper suites with the higher ceilings, they have their own dedicated
Nice.
elevators, so you go in and boom, it like
So you
flies
don't have
right
to
up
wait
to
for everybody to get in and out,
Yeah.
right? Because of the height.
That's one of
Yeah.
the
That's
very
pretty
good
good.
features.
Yeah,
Yes.
very
Yeah,
good.
yeah, that's what we hear all the time.
Yeah, so we really tried to make sure that the building, the fundamentals of the building are very luxurious too, with
Yeah.
elevators, with heat pump systems, with better heating and cooling, with the retail. So the actual building itself is, I'd say, a very high-end
High-end
building
building,
with very high-end building finishes in addition to the suite finishes.
Also, I've heard the architectural designing on this building has been different from the other developers. If you can give us some insight on how it's different architecturally designed.
Yeah, and again, that ties back to the fact that it's Yorkville and a world-renowned address. When the architect Dermot Sweeney was starting to really design the building, he wanted it not just be another Toronto-looking condominium. He wanted to have that international feel. So he was inspired by the buildings of Manhattan. If you look at this building, it does have a New York, Manhattan feel to it, and the podium is grounded by all these. It's a stone material to give it a warmth at the base,
Yes.
and then has a wedding cake where it kind of tapers in, and then the top of this building just will kind of get lost in the blue sky of the skyline. It will just like blend in beautifully into the overall like pedestrian realm and feel of Yorkville.
Well, I'm sure it's going to look like a landmark by the time it's done.
This will be a landmark.
I like the
Well, it's
same.
across from the Four Seasons landmark, so you have to be respectful of their architect, and I think these two buildings together
I
actually
like
speak really nicely
I like
to
the
each
way
other.
you said wedding cake.
Yes, it does. The wedding cake trees up, which creates the terraces. So we have a nice terrace collection
I'm
of
pretty sure
suites
with
too.
these top 3 builders and everybody putting the effort together,
Yes.
Yeah.
this is going to be a big landmark.
Especially the
Yes.
lobby. I was looking at the lobby on the
It's beautiful.
pictures that we got.
Yes.
Those are really incredible pictures.
And
of-
designing a high-end lobby, because you know what happens in Yorkville though, is you
Yes.
have retail, and
Yes.
everyone wants it to be retail, so it gets overtaken. So it was important to us to design a lobby that was still grand, and that people still came home to the sense of, wow, this is stunning and beautiful. After a hectic day, to come into a calm, peaceful, stunning lobby, it's just important to the overall living at 11 Yorkville. Yeah.
We are very excited, and I'm pretty sure our clients will be very excited,
Yes,
and they can't wait to be a part of 11 Yorkville,
Yep.
right? And again, do give us a call if you need a unit. Vanaik and Arya Property Brothers for 11 Yorkville coming in September. Get ready with your checkbooks and your ID.
So only thing that I would like to mention right now is, Lee, as she mentioned, this 11 Yorkville, which is a world-renowned address. When you say 11 Yorkville or Yorkville, people do listen to you. And it's not only in Canada, it's the whole world. So again, here's the the cut of the building, the cake cut, as she said, the bridge of the cake, or
Design, yeah.
design of the cake. So let's get together. I think it's coming in September.
September 12th. So on September 12th, you'll be able to share with all your clients the pricing, the floor plans. And my advice would be, we know the demand is going to be very strong.
Very strong.
Condos in Yorkville always absorb very quickly,
Yes.
and this is the last one. So yes, stay in touch with you guys, get the floor plans, and then we'll bring them into the sales office. We're building a sales office on site.
That's amazing.
And we can begin.
Definitely. So thank you so much, Arya and Vanaik Property Brothers will be in touch with you. Thank you so much, Lee, for giving us the opportunity to get the video done here. September 12th, that's the date, but please do listen to her carefully. She said the demand is very high. That means there's more demand than the 600 units. So I think the demand would be about 10 times more. We have seen Yorkville selling in the past that capacity. You need to contact us before the actual sales happen, because the deals will go through. Please do give us a call at 416-909-2626 or 416-305-3500. Thank you.